We out here vibing with the melodic distraction.
Live on Melodic Distraction for the next 2 hours.
Hey, one of my favorite records, evening, folks. This is Melodic Distraction.
What is happening?
Yes. This is Macca, broadcasting via Melodic Distraction Radio. We're here in live and direct from Liverpool right now. I'm not rolling solo dolo. I've got a very special guest with me. Somebody who we may even call on a bit of an adopted honorary Scouser. We kind of met early 2016, and we've kind of known of him ever since then. He's definitely someone that we've got a lot of love for, and it's an honour to have him here today. Big up, Loyle Carner.
Yeah.
How you doing, brother?
Thank you very much for having me. What an intro, man.
Oh, well, you know, maybe I'm a bit of a fanboy.
I'm a fanboy of you, man. And here.
It's good to have you back in Liverpool, man.
It's good to be here, man.
I mean, I don't mess about. Like you've definitely got a lot of love from the city. And you represent something that we feel like we're about.
Yeah.
You've obviously had quite the rise since I think we first met. It was January 2016. Me and Paddy and Tyler actually put you on at 24 Kitchen Street.
Yeah. It feels like ages ago now, man. But it wasn't that long ago, really, if you think about it.
Yeah, it's like not even 2 years ago.
It's mad.
And what a whirlwind you've had since then.
Yeah. I guess, what a whirlwind we've had, man. Yeah, I guess it's just nice to be back here. Feels like I'm coming home, kind of.
Yeah,
it's like
yeah.
a second home.
Yeah.
Home from home.
I hope that's how it feels.
Yeah, man.
And you know what? I've got to say thanks a lot because you made me the most money I've ever made on a show. So, yeah.
Anytime.
Big up for that.
I'll be back soon.
So, yeah, you've always got love from me. As I say, so, you know, you're a bit of an adopted Scouser, honorary Scouser. A guy who's born and raised in South Croydon.
Yeah.
And you end up a Liverpool fan.
Yeah, for my sins, man.
I mean,
Why?
How on earth did that one happen?
Michael Owen, really, if I'm honest, man. I was like a fan of Michael Owen at first. My dad was a United fan as well, so it's kind of like a bit of a rebellion thing, I guess. I was kind of trying to do whatever he didn't do. Do you know what I mean? So he smoked, so I didn't smoke. He supported Man United, so I supported Liverpool. That was just kind of how it was for us. But then I kind of fell in love with them. And where I was growing up, I was always a bit of an outcast of supporting Liverpool when no one supported Liverpool was perfect for me. Do you know what I mean? To be the only one at school who was the Liverpool fan. Yeah. It made sense.
Yeah. I like that style, man. Kind of going against the grain.
Yeah, I had to, man.
Yeah. And you know, you're well known for kind of rocking the Cantona shirt, of course, and then also the Liverpool references. I mean, you've accomplished so much so soon.
Get in there, man.
You were nominated for the Mercury Prize.
Yeah.
You've released your first album. That's over a year old now.
Yeah. So maybe more than a year old now, man. Yeah, it's like 18 months, like crazy. Kind of early into when we met. It must have been around the same time.
Yeah. I think
it feels like a long time ago, but it's not that long again. You know what I mean? It's all kind of happened a bit quickly.
Yeah, it's as I say, you've been on quite the journey. And it's a blessing to see you doing so well. Obviously, you're being recognised for kind of this. I guess what did gets referenced quite a lot. The Guardian said you're a conscious hip hop artist.
Yeah.
I'd probably confessional hip hop. I think they said.
Rap, yeah, they call me the sentimental face of grime as well because they don't know what they're talking about. But yeah. The confessional thing pops up a lot.
Yeah, I mean, I'd definitely link you to kind of, if I was going to put you in a bracket, the conscious hip hop artist. Looking at them raucous days of Mos Def, Talib Kweli, all that.
Like the glory days.
Yeah. I'd put you in that bracket, and I have to admit, I kind of was having a little listen back to your debut album the other day, and then I ended up stumbling across your playlist. As I say,
I just want to chill one.
You cost yourself a few pennies, brother, because I ended up listening to your playlist and kind of was having a little look, and obviously the first track's The Large Pro. I Just Want to Chill.
Yeah, man, big tune.
And we've met before, and obviously. People may not know, but we've crossed paths even in London. We were basically neighbours. We both living on Clapton Square for a minute. So what a small world.
It's tiny, man.
As I say, I thought let's have a listen to Loyle's album again, and then ended up listening to your playlist.
Yeah,
and
the playlist is better than the album, man. I guess I don't know. The playlist is definitely all of my influences. Do you know what I mean? So everyone's on there, from Large Pro, Mos Def, Common's on there, new school stuff like Bad Not Good. Kind of everything that I'm listening to at the moment and have been since I started putting tunes out is on there. So I guess if you like what I'm making, then you'll definitely like.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
And I guess for me it was kind of like, okay, I rate his tunes, but obviously we're into very similar taste as well. So
yeah.
Just before we get into go further, I think let's just play one of the tracks that I was kind of okay. Loyle Carner is into this track.
Yeah, cool.
Let's get into this.
People climbed into the night like spacesuits. People stepped into the night like moon boots, marching like no shoes in their suit-colored suits. People climbed into the night like cool wells, shiny bottles in their hands, shaking their new sounds. They say it's their true sound. People climbed up in the night like green trees. They were hanging from the night like green leaves, buzzing like queen bees. People climbed into the night like spacesuits. People stopped inside the night, stopping. Where are they going? What's the rush? Everybody's embraced but so out of touch. Hey, nighttime is where the things get heavy. You feel alone and you want somebody. Loneliness whispers desperation. Your friends is all by yourself. Nighttime is where the things get heavy. You feel alone and you want somebody. Loneliness whispers desperation. Baby, don't make no fast moves. Baby, don't make no fast moves. Baby, don't make no fast moves. Baby, don't make no fast moves tonight.
Wow. Mos Def, Climb.
Yeah, man.
It was just 10, 19 years old, that album,
Seriously?
Black on Both Sides, I think last weekend or whatever. Just kind of makes you feel older
Yeah,
in a
man.
way.
Came out when I was, 5. It's mad.
You're getting on, mate.
Yeah, no, tell me about it, man. I remember talking to Kate Tempest about that because I was upset. I went to see him and he didn't play a lot of the stuff that I grew up on.
Yeah.
And she was like, yeah, you should have gone and seen it when it was out. And I was like, yeah, cool, I would have gone if I wasn't 5 years old.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. Rocking the kids' kicks and that.
Yeah, with the big oversized jacket.
Yeah. I mean, we could talk about kind of what we're both into and play records all day, but there's a greater reason for you being here than just hanging out with me and playing raucous bangers. So, you know, if you want to let me and let the people know why you're here in Liverpool today.
Yeah, man. I'm part of this Levi's music project, which is supported by Liverpool FC, Liverpool Lighthouse and Sound City, and the guys at Levi's, and obviously myself. And it's basically just about bringing music to the community. So it's for young people. They've set up like a studio space, which will be open at all times for kids around here, well, young people around here to use and to kind of be given opportunities that maybe they're not being given. And so for me, it was important because this is the city that I love, and the people here I love, and they love me. So, I mean, it meant I could bring something positive up here and also connect with a few people I haven't seen for a couple months or a couple of years. Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So that's why I'm up here for that, and also to play some good tunes.
Yeah. So it's essentially kind of a project to give young people an opportunity who've got a bit of musical talent who maybe not have had access
essentially,
to it.
because even it kind of doesn't even happen in London that much. But when you have talent, you don't necessarily have the means to hone it or to understand it. And I think to be giving young people a space to be able to hone their craft and also understand it, and also to understand other parts of it. Do you know what I mean? So we're putting on workshops with musician friends of mine, and also people who work on the other side of it. Like my manager will be chatting to them just to be like, don't chat to these people. If these people say this, they don't deserve to have that much money from you. And I think it's more about kind of teaching them or kind of helping them understand their worth and understand how much they're worth and how little they need to give away to build themselves up. Do you know what I mean? And not think, okay, I've got to sign on this dotted line. Yeah. And that's the only way I'm going to...
What's the Q-tip line?
Rappers not pop. Industry rule number 4080. Record company people are shady.
The best bit of advice
there.
Yeah,
it's the only advice, man. I keep it with me at all times.
Watch out. Isn't it? So essentially, this is getting started now. It's kicking off now.
It's kicking
this
off
is kind
now,
of like the
yeah.
beginning of it.
Yeah, it's the start.
6-month project.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
And it culminates in one of the key elements of it is actually a performance at Liverpool.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So hopefully all of these wicked young musicians are going to start putting some bits together with some help from me and some people I know to build together a set and be able to play some of the new music they're working on out to a crowd, which is special. And an important thing for them to be able to, and I guess to show people around here and to show people in general, because it will be documented. Do you know what I mean? That they're working on stuff and stuff is happening up here, because I know about stuff up here.
Yeah.
You know? I've been supported by a few wicked people up here, man. Like, who's first person he supported was Nelson, I think. Nelson.
Well,
wicked guy, man. I checked one of his new tunes actually the other day, which is about because they were closing the park, right?
You know what, brother?
Yeah.
We'll probably play it later on, I think, because I love that you've remembered Nelson, because I was obviously having a little look back on that gig that we put on together. And I was like, oh yeah, Nelson was the support act.
Killed it, man.
And he's somebody that I rate highly in the Liverpool scene, and he's doing good things, and he's not afraid to speak his mind, and he's like you say, that track you're referencing, Calderstones, it's quite a political.
It's true, but
stance.
no one's doing it because it's not political in the sense that it's boring, or it's not political in the sense where it's preachy. It's a tune with an undercurrent. Just like you used to listen to Public Enemy when I was younger. I used to bump them, and I had no idea it was political. Do you know what I mean? I'd just be like, this is sick.
Yeah.
And then years later, I go, oh, I understand how important it is for them to be saying that. Yeah. But only now. Do you know what I mean? It's the same with him. He's saying stuff, and it's like, that's a good tune. Yeah. And then you go, oh wait, what's this for? And then you look into it, and then it's for something important. Yeah. It's the best stuff comes out.
I rate what he's doing, and like you say, there's similarities with yourself. It's kind of he's laying it all out on the table. Yeah, and we'll check him out a little bit later on, along with a few other Liverpool artists. I mean, you touch on the point, and I think that's kind of the appeal of the city, is that it's got quite a unique. It's got its own political stance. Yeah. It's overtly left wing.
Hates the sun. I hate the sun.
Like the don't buy the sun.
Yeah, it's true. You know the sun's banned from our gigs.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
Oh
for no,
man,
for never reviewing,
big
you
up.
know it.
That's
Yeah,
brilliant.
but for forever, man. Is
I
it
didn't
came
know
about?
that.
No, it came about a long time ago. Just because I hate them and I don't like when there's interviews on red carpet, or whatever. I swerve the Daily Mail and whatnot. But yeah, the Sun, Daily Mail. Yeah.
Oh, respect, brother. There it is. Loyle Carner, don't buy the Sun.
Yeah.
They're not welcome here.
Yeah. If I wasn't doing something for the young people, I'd be swearing about the Sun. But you know how I feel about the Sun.
Yeah. So you know, I think it's really an exciting project, the Levi's music project.
Yeah, man.
As a Scouser, I'm super happy to see it is here.
Yeah.
I'm super happy that you were kind of the representative of this year's scheme.
Yeah,
I know
yeah.
Skepta's done it in the past.
Yeah.
In 2015.
Skepta did it, Miss did it in Birmingham. Because this is the thing, I mean, for me, it was like, I'm not from here, but I feel like I'm from here.
Yeah.
You know, and I have, part of my identity is here. But also, what was important for me is I felt like I knew enough people here, like yourself, like Paddy, etc., Nelson, who can maybe push the narrative that I can't push. You know what I mean? Because I didn't grow up here, but I've spent a lot of time here, and I know that I can talk to you guys and get you to talk about the beauty of it. Because I know it's here. And I think maybe, you know, I might not know it all myself, but maybe I have the tools to unlock it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. And how would you describe the spirit of the city, the spirit of Liverpool itself?
Spirit of Liverpool, I don't know. I feel like the spirit of Liverpool is bubbling. Do you know what I mean? So it feels alive. Like when we touched in today, and it's like the middle of the day. We got in at like 10. It's like the middle of the day for us, and things are happening. It's not super busy because everyone's at work, but anyone you see is excited, and things are going on that they're excited about. Do you know what I mean? Everyone says hi. Yeah, for me, it's been a place of much happiness. It's like, I don't know, it's welcome. For me, the spirit is welcoming. It's like, come in. It's like going back to your mate's house. Brilliant.
So what's your current, you know, you've obviously, you rep Liverpool FC wherever you go.
Yeah, man.
How are you feeling at the moment?
Through and through. Yeah, I'm over the moon, man. Do you know what I mean? As long as we're in the conversation, I don't know if we're going to win the league. I would like to think we might win the league, but just being in the conversation, being challengers for it, you know, making City change their whole plan just to play us and struggle. Yeah, it's
exciting.
For me, it's exciting. Do you know what I mean? Because it's been a long time coming, and because I'm a little bit younger, I kind of grew up just after Liverpool were the best. Do you know what I mean? So I grew up when Man United were beating us left, right, and centre. And so I spent my whole life supporting Liverpool and struggling, except for Istanbul 2005, which I remember well, like everyone else.
I mean, you talk of the struggle, and then I'll tell you, I'm an Everton fan, so your struggle, my struggle is next level to your struggle.
Nothing compared to yours. yeah. But maybe we should stop the interview. Actually, I didn't know about that.
We can still be pals. Don't worry, man. My mum's a Liverpool fan, so that's how we roll down.
You're used to it.
Yeah. So I mean, when obviously being based down in London, did you manage to get to see the Reds play a lot when you were younger?
Sadly, no, man. So a lot of my friends, none of my friends are Liverpool fans. My dad was a United fan, so obviously I couldn't go up with him. And to be honest, I couldn't afford it when I was younger. And then as soon as I could afford it, I didn't have the time. Do you know what I mean? Because the only reason I had the money to go was because I was working so hard. So it's been a double-edged sword for me. But I've come up a little bit recently. I've managed to make friends with a few of them loosely. Yeah. So I'm kind of working my way, and I'm really hoping. That's probably the only reason I did this. But no, I'm hoping to connect with them because I think they'd be important for the kids to see, you know, what success looks like just in any form. Yeah. And also then I can get some tickets. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Hopefully Levi's can hook that one up. Yeah, hook it up. So obviously the music has, you know, your career in music, however you want to call it, has unlocked more opportunities for you, and you know has helped you, you know. Grow your bond with the club and the city itself. Yeah, for real. So it does kind of show that the power of music, I suppose. Yeah, it's a beautiful thing, man. It's kind of it's you know it can take you anywhere. Yeah, it's true. It's positive. Yeah, positive bits. So if you're doing things for the right reasons, then the right things will come from them. Do you know what I mean? If you're talking about things that you don't believe in your music, then you know, you don't really have a connection to them, and they can see that, and then they don't want to be connected to you. But when the things I talk about are just things that I actually am interested in. Do you know what I mean? So for me, when I talk about them, people understand I am, and then I don't know, like this Ottolenghi thing, this new tune. When I started making a tune, I named it after him. I love him. I've got all his books. Do you know what I mean? So when I reached out and said, "Yo, I've made a tune. Your name is named after you," it's because I had your book on a train, and someone was asking me what the Bible was, and it wasn't. He was like, "I'd love to be part of it in a video and to come and hang out," and that's because it's real, do you know what I mean? Yeah, I rate that beautiful segue. Thank you very much, sir. Let's get into the new Loyle Carner tune. It's called Ottolenghi. Let's go. Professional. I was sat up on the train, staring out the window at the rain. I heard this little lady must have felt the pain. Ask her mum if the blazing sun will ever shine again. I felt ashamed, feel the same, not her mother though. Nah, started to laugh, got her son involved. I mentioned the past like a running joke, and told her without all the rain there's no stunning growth. Close, to everything and nothing. Picture past the honeymoon and bluffing, where the wooden spoon is only cuffing. Short of the discussion, but the roots can't maneuver out of nothing. I've been suffering these dreamy days, remedying lust. Don't hold any memories of us, rather hold you every day until the memories are dust. Yo, we only call the train, cause you know I hate the bus. Never get enough.
Born and raised, made attempts to crawl away, find a way to exist and hide your face. Some relate, leave everything in yesterday.
They asked about the Bible I was reading. Told them that the title was misleading. Labelled it Jerusalem, but really it's for cooking Middle East. And I could see that mine was changing with the seasons, shaded for a reason. They would start decreasing, leaving like the orange in the evening. It was creeping through the clouds, but now I'm proud to see the images releasing. I just wish the little lady could have seen them, but she was dreaming. Reckon she's standing with her mum, saying to her, look, mother, here's the sun. Rooted in the moment till the memories are done. So I sit and start to wonder on the woman she'll become. Wonder if I had a son or a daughter. Ones that I brought up never strong, never telling me to run, never trying to find a sum, trying to get it done. Yo, I wonder if she'd ever be as clever as her mum. One.
Born and raised, made attempts to crawl away, find a way to exist and hide your face. Some relate, leave everything in yesterday. Born and raised, made attempts to crawl away, find a way to exist and hide your face. Some relate, leave everything in yesterday.
That was the latest Loyle Carner banger, Ottolenghi. And you just touched on it about Yotam Ottolenghi.
Yeah.
And he's obviously a bit of an inspiration for you.
Yeah, man. I guess, I don't know, I think he comes from a place that's kind of struck with controversy. You know, he's had a difficult time, but I think he's just so positive, and the food he makes is next level. I've been lucky enough to go to a few of his restaurants, and to, you know, for him to get me the drinks. So yeah, I don't know, man. I've been reading his books for a long time, and I was always a big fan of his. And I was saying before that, stop playing it. When I meet musicians, I don't get that starstruck. But when I meet football players and I meet chefs, that's when it's kind of a wrap for me. So meeting him, my legs were jelly. But he was cool. He said he wanted to be part of the music video.
He makes a cameo, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does indeed. And we chatted, so that the power cut for the music video, so it's supposed to start shooting at like 9 a.m. Yeah. And he was supposed to get there for 2, and we didn't shoot anything from 9 till 6. So he got there at 2, and it meant that we just had 4 hours, just me and him, just hanging out.
Just jamming.
Yeah. And it was just, at first I was nervous, because I was like, how am I supposed to entertain this guy for 4 hours? But he was just cool. I was like, you want a tea? He was like, yeah. That was it. And we started talking about food. I told him some of my recipes. He said they were cool, they needed some work. He told me some of his, I said they were cool and they didn't need any work.
Constructive criticism,
proper,
I rate that.
Yeah, but I take it from him, man. I mean, I'm trying to learn.
Yeah, I mean, I just said to you then, like, I saw the name of the track and I was like, Ottolenghi.
Yeah.
I recognised that, but I didn't catch the link, and then I was like, isn't that a restaurant I've been to? Anyway, I've been to the one in Islington, and then, you know, I've had a little look into it. So, this is clearly someone who's had an impact on Loyle, and it's you know, you taught, I learned something from your music as well, which is always nice.
Yeah, man.
And you know, obviously food's a big passion of yours. We've got chili con carne. Yeah. If people don't know about that, that's another project that you know, working with youngsters.
Again, yeah, it's another project for young people. It's kids with ADHD.
Okay.
Between the ages of 14 to 16, and it's a cooking school that I set up with a friend of mine called Mikey, which is basically just another initiative where we're kind of, I suppose, trying to give young people some confidence and to give them a space where they can understand themselves. Because I grew up with ADHD and I didn't have much of a kind of a space. I was very hot-headed, used to get in fights and cause trouble, but I wasn't a bad kid. I mean, I just didn't have the right outlet. And as soon as my mum showed me that if I cooked at home, I could chill out, it became my safe haven. And I figured if it worked for me, it could work for kids in a similar situation. So yeah, we set it up like 3 years ago. We just did the third course in the summer. The most professional it's ever been.
Right.
And it was wicked. We went on school trips, took him to Home Slice, made pizza, got a sushi chef in called Yuki.
I rate Home Slice.
Yeah, Home Slice is good, man.
Yeah. It's a good spot.
The pickled celery, man. It doesn't sound nice, but it's on the pizza, it's serious.
There you go. You've heard pickled celery on a pizza. So if you hate pineapple, try that pickled celery. Well, I mean, just goes to show, really, Loyle, that you're the right man for this task with Levi's music project. You've obviously got experience working with youngsters, and I feel like it shows that you're well placed to work with these guys. And obviously, this time it's a little bit different. I guess this is music focused, but I guess you get the same kind of joy out of music as you do working with food.
Massively so. I think that music and food are my two favourite things. And everyone used to say to me, what do you like more? And I used to say, well, you can't make music if you're hungry, but once you've eaten, you need to do something else. And that's what it kind of is the thing that comes second for me. But yeah, I just feel like for this, if I'm able just to give these young people some confidence, and I suppose it's also about putting your pride to the side, because I'm not going to try and be in there saying I know everything and I can play every instrument and I can teach you to do all these things, but I know people who can. And so I think for me it's more about, much like the cooking school, it's not going I'm going to teach every lesson, but I know this chef who can do this and I know this place that can give you a job. And so my hope is that I can pull on the people I know to kind of help give a full kind of like a complete perspective of
the music game.
Of the music game, the rap game.
Yeah. Before you go into your gangster rap mode. And you think naturally that music can be a powerful vehicle for change?
Yeah, I think music is essential. I think creativity as a whole is essential. You know what I mean? So I remember being asked a long time ago about what was happening with my generation. It's not my generation, it's just a generation I happen to be in. But I feel like when you create, when people push you one way, that is the reason that you go the other way. And for the beauty of the freedom that young people in our generation have right now is a space where they can create without other pressures. Do you know what I mean? Because before it was like you had to leave school at 16 and go work, but you can be 21 and still be getting funding from someone else so that you can sit at home in your bedroom and make music. So while you have that time, when you don't have a mortgage to pay and while you don't have other people asking you for your, the next deadline or whatever, make music, make art, paint, rip things up, stick them back together in a different way. I think this is, it's an exciting time to be young.
Yeah, absolutely. I've seen recently you've been struggling with building Ikea couches, so you obviously need to fill your time up, and the chili con carne isn't taking up enough of your time.
I just need I need something else to do. I've been going crazy. Just moved into a new place. My missus is at work all day, so when I'm not got something like this to do, I'm just on house chores and building a sofa. I don't understand with Ikea, man, because every single time I get something, it's like the first 30 minutes is fine. Maybe 45 minutes, an hour is fine. And I'm killing it and I'm enjoying it. It's methodical. It's almost like meditation for me. It's like cooking. And then there's one thing that's missing. And I'm like, oh, where's that thing? And I Google it and it's not on Google. And then I check the box and it's not in the box. And I call them up and then about an hour later, it's on the back of some other flyer that didn't come with the box. It's on the website. Yeah, it's bollocks, man. Oh, big tune.
Well, I think we should play another tune that you've selected for us.
Yeah.
Brought a stack of records down. Ooh. And it's nice to see Loyle digging through the crates.
Beautiful stack.
So we're going to play an absolute banger.
It's huge.
Now who got the flave that comes to dime a dozen that keeps them buzzing, thinking that they fat when they wasn't? Welcome to the world of Mac, or Macca. We use more like saying that eat them shit like Paxson. I'm incredible, better eat the best one. Cause I does what I do. I think the roof off a soft sucker, super smacking, macking, full effect, mic check 1, 2. I'm a rain forever, rain like bad weather, rain like whoever never. You can't bite my style, cause my style ain't a style that is a style, so I can go buck wild. Bet you figured you got more funk for flow, it ain't so. Flavor in your ear, let you know. Now I'm about a second from the hook, look, strap your rap book. Before you get your wet style shook, can I get down?
bad boys to the heart impulse. A tribe raw quest, you follow us like cokes. Precision like a beamer, y'all need to stop frogging. If I catch a beat, it's in the SP login. No name, raid tip, what's going on, love? You know this is truck and we coming through rug.
The name of the track is Get Down, so let me get down and pound up the emphasis in the ground. Can I get down? Get down, boy, get on down. It's time to get on down. Can I get down? Come to the back, get on down. Get down, get down. Can I get down? Get down, boy, get on down. Get down, get down. Can I get down?
Hey yo, this is Don Perry from the 40 Project, and Craig Mack is doing his thing.
Rest in peace, Craig Mack.
Yeah, man.
It's yeah, a loss. Was it this year?
Yeah. It was heartbreaking, man. When I saw that, I don't know. I got bust on him from Flavor in Your Ear remix.
Yeah.
And went back, obviously checked the Flavor in Your Ear, and then got lost in his stuff. Loved it because he was like kind of like the bad boy, like another part of Bad Boy. That kind of, I don't know, it was more underground.
It was a different element
Yeah,
of
it was.
it.
But I think that's kind of the only reason, not the only reason, but one of the reasons that Biggie was allowed to do the things he was allowed to do, because Craig Mack was kind of doing the other stuff, kind of the more gritty, proper underground stuff.
Yeah.
And they kind of together. There's one wicked photo of them three in a fast food restaurant or something. I can't remember what it is, like all eating the burgers.
I only, you know what?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, only
I
the
saw
other day,
that
yeah.
yesterday. Yeah.
Swear, yeah. Me too. Only the other day, but I was just because he looks so rough.
Yeah,
and Biggie
he
looks
does.
and looks so smooth. Do you know what I mean? And like them together was
like
just,
the tape cassettes are in the front.
Yeah, exactly that, man.
That's an incredible photo.
Yeah, wicked.
I mean, obviously, hip hop's a big influence on you.
Yeah, man.
Is there any particular artists in particular that stand out? Are there any other genres that you listen to or you think have influenced you over the years?
I mean, like hip hop wise, like it kind of as a whole influenced me because I grew up with kind of not really understanding myself. Grew up mixed race in a place, with my mum, my stepdad who was white as well, and so I kind of grew up in this all white house, and I didn't really felt like I had a space where I knew anything about my roots, not so much about my color of my skin, but kind of the music from where I was from. And so as I started to look for that, I kind of finally found like a band of brothers, some guys from Korea, some guys from Pakistan, some guys from Guyana where I'm from, some guys from Scotland, but they all listened to the same stuff, and that was like the first family I had. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then through that, I don't know, I kind of they were like my father figures, I didn't really have like a proper father figure, and so I started to listen to the wisdom that they were talking. So guys like Common's probably my number one, and it's not to do with like saying like that he's the best technically or the best, but just kind of as a whole and him being vulnerable and the lessons that he taught me. So I mean, I bought B was the first album I think I ever bought with my own money.
You know what? It's one of my standouts.
Yeah,
definitely.
it's one that you can go back to and listen all the way through.
Yeah.
And I think because that's Kanye West on the beats.
You can hear that bass line on the first track straight away, can't you?
I remember I used to listen to that on the way to uni. But that was like almost like Kanye West not trying to be, but kind of like paying homage to Jay Dilla because he'd produced like Water for Chocolate, which I heard afterwards weirdly. But that him, Mos Def. Black Thought I love as well because I feel like Black Thought was always the guy who was just like the best technically,
underrated,
but just underrated, and that allowed him to not worry about making commercial hits or trying to chase the success. He was just like, right, people don't really understand I'm the best, so I'll just keep being the best. Do you know what I mean? Which is kind of how it should have been for him.
So I mean, you can see the influence in your music. I can personally see the influence of those guys in your music, and big ups. I think it's important to just let the people know that the Levi's music project it isn't just for hip hop heads. It's it's for music. Whatever you're about in music, bring it, and we're looking forward to hearing what you've got.
I think that's important actually because as much as that's what I brought to the table, because my dad used to listen to a lot of Bob Dylan, David Bowie, do you know what I mean? Like Leonard Cohen, all these storytellers. And so that was music that I grew up loving. And music that to me, if hip hop wouldn't have been around, that's what I would have generated towards until I started trying to make hip hop. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But for me, it kind of felt like when I looked away, when I started looking for my own music, I was looking for music that sounded like that, but through my own lens. Do you know what I mean? So it's like these are guys who look like me and talk like me, but they're saying the same stories that these guys are talking, just on like a different canvas.
Yeah.
And so for this, the Levi's music project, it's for everybody. Whatever music you're making, as long as you're telling a story that's true.
I think that's the key thing. It's
about what you're saying.
A level of authenticity.
Yeah.
You know, if you've got an authentic delivery and you're true to yourself, then it'll come across well.
Yeah, man.
I'm like, no faking. It's a big hip hop shout. So let's get into a bit of I&I.
Oh, segue.
Check it out. As I commence lyrical content, now bust the grammar. Niggas trying to make me flip out like David Banner. Busting out the garment, slamming shit like Onyx. When I'm vexed, I flex and turn green like the chronic. When I bug out, you're bound to get snuffed out for frontin'. Busy deceiving, achieving nothing. If you can't walk the walk, don't talk the talk. It's Pete Rock and I coming straight from New York. Now all the setups you thought you stepped up to get your rep up, the joke's on you, Jack. True that. Cause when I came through the door, my mind was thinking all out war. I'ma settle the score once and for all. Ain't no time for faking jacks when it's time for making stacks. I'm dropping bombs like Acts in the Bible with my recital. So recline like a passenger seat, son. Relax as I take you to the max, homeboy. You're faking jet acts. Ain't no time for faking jacks. Stop faking jacks. Brothers that fake jacks get laid on their back. Ain't no time for faking jacks. Stop faking jacks. Brothers who fake jacks get laid on their back. Ain't no time for faking jacks. Stop faking jacks. Brothers that fake jacks get laid on their back. Ain't no time for faking jacks. Stop faking jacks. Brothers that fake jacks get laid on their back.
Check it. You'll never succeed or progress searching for peace through material objects. You go to extremes in the process, accuse others when it's you showing your true colors. Busy selling your dreams, but all your cream contributes to your lack of self-esteem. So it would seem, cause every day of the week you act different. You see your peoples, you speak, your eyes shifted. Frontin' what, son, you love to perform, but when the crowd's gone, word is born, you get your murk on. Is this the real definition of what a snake is? Y'all should have been politicians, that's where the cake is, but it didn't work with the fake ass smirk. See, the meek shall inherit the earth for what it's worth. Turn around, yo, you backwards. You know what the facts is. You faking jacks, kid.
Ain't no time for faking jacks. Stop faking jacks. Brothers that fake jacks get laid on their back. Ain't no time for faking jacks. Stop faking jacks. Brothers that fake jacks get laid on their back. Ain't no time for faking jacks. Stop faking jacks. Brothers that fake jacks get laid on their back. Ain't no time for faking jacks. Stop faking jacks. Brothers that fake jacks get laid on their back.
Your worth is lead if you can't bring home the cake to get the youths fed. We used to harvest, now it's work instead. So to get ahead, to hit the nail on the head, it's hard work, cause America jerks, taking tax and perks out to check. So father sweats from working for the next, just to connect. So man, listen, a comfortable position's what I'm after. So all the while, I'm preparing myself to meet the master.
Check it, so we suggest you put an F on your chest. A wolf in sheep's clothing's what describes your best. Nevertheless, I roast your ass like chestnuts. I got guts plus cuts from Pete Rock, and it don't stop. The ghetto maps in your grill. If you lack the will to step up, then please chill. On the real, real brothers got each other's backs, while all these phony niggas keep on faking the jacks. It's
Ain't
like
no time
that.
for faking jacks. Stop faking jacks. Brothers that fake jacks get laid on their back. Ain't no time for faking jacks. Stop faking jacks. Brothers that fake jacks get laid on their back. Ain't no time for faking jacks. Stop faking jacks. Brothers that fake jacks get laid on their back. Ain't no time for faking jacks. Stop faking jacks. Brothers that fake jacks get laid on their back. Ain't no time for faking jacks. Brothers that fake jacks get laid on their back. Ain't no time for faking jacks. Brothers that fake jacks get laid on their back. Ain't no time for faking jacks.
that was I Fake and Jacks. And while the track was playing, Loyle just filled me in with a bit of a story, which I think is a good one for the youngsters to hear. You know, the opportunities. You might just meet your heroes. So go on, tell people what you were telling me.
All right, I didn't finish it, so it's all right. So you can hear the ending. So basically, it starts when I was about 15, 16, which is to me not that long ago, but to me it feels like ages ago.
And so you were making music then?
Yeah,
at 15,
I was making tunes, and a friend of mine, Benny Males, 6-bitter from where I'm from. I grew up with him. He was playing like an early set at Lovebox, like a small set. So he was like, "Do you want to come?" And I was like, "Yeah, what? Go to a festival for free? Yeah, I'll come."
Yeah.
So I came. I did a little freestyle, whatever, and you know, afterwards we went to the backstage because there was free food. So I rolled back there, and Nas was there, and everyone was hanging out. But then I saw Madlib, and I was like, "Oh." So I walked over to him with Benny, and I was kind of shy and didn't know what to say. And afterwards, I was like, "You know what? Come on, I just need to say something to him." So I was like, "Thanks for everything. I'm a big fan. Kind of everything that you've done is the only reason that I'm here." Do you know what I mean? I write your beats all the time, and he was like, "Yeah, that's cool. Do you rap?" And I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Yeah, take my number." So I gave him his number, and I took it down. But I was so young that I'd never seen an American number before. So I just took down the numbers he'd given me, but didn't put in any like zero plus whatever.
Yeah.
So I had this number, and I tried to text it, didn't go through. Tried to call it, didn't go through. And I was like, "Oh, he's giving me a dud number." And so for years, I just told that story, and I was like, "Yeah, he gave me a fake number," but I still loved him. And then we played at Outlook. I feel like the first time we played there, which would have been when I was like 18, 19. And I rolled to the stage, and we were playing like the opening act on like the Madlib Carnival.
Oh, wow.
And he was playing on it, and I was like, I'm not going to meet him. So we were sat in the backstage, and I came off the sound check to walk to the backstage, and he was like coming out of this bigger room, and he went, "Oh, Loyle Carner from Lovebox." And I was like, "What?"
No way.
So I flew over to him, gave him this massive hug, and he was like, "Yo, take my number, because you never text me." So it gives me, sure enough, exactly the same number again. And I was like, so this is the number, or is this a fake? I don't understand. So then I realised how to save it.
Oh,
but anyways, I was bowling back to then, I was kind of on cloud 9, bowled back to the other backstage, which is like just next to where mine was. Well, no, my one that I was using. And Pete Rock was in there with like 30 chicks. Smoking a lot. And he just went, "Yo, kid, what's up?" I was like, "Thanks for everything." And then just blew out. But since then, I've been in touch with Madlib a tiniest bit, but like it's enough for me. I figured out how to save his number properly, and I've sent him a proper text.
Wow. So one day we could all be fortunate enough to hear Loyle Carner spitting over some Madlib beats. Maybe. We won't jinx it.
No, but off-air conversation.
So there you go. I mean, the opportunities are endless. You could meet your heroes, and what a story, man.
Just be humble.
Yeah. I mean, and we were talking a little bit earlier, and I think it's important to put a little bit of a spotlight now on a few heads in Liverpool who I'm aware of.
Yeah, please.
Who are doing good things, and we did mention Nelson earlier.
Yeah,
and
shout out to Nelson.
He supported for you a couple of years back, and he's doing good things. And I think I think it'd be good for people to hear this absolutely banging track with a strong political edge. Got a lot of love for Mr. MC Nelson. So let's have a listen to his new track, Colder Stones, and we'll get into a bit of Liverpool music for the next few.
Yeah. So when I was a kid, I used to come to Colder Stones Park every single weekend, and I'd always see this same old couple walking hand in hand and looking at each other googly-eyed every single weekend.
For years and for years, smiling from ear into ear, sharing the world, part of the furniture, like the chirp of the birds. Now I only see the wife and I'm fearing the worst. Guess even the daffodils die, need a rabbit's foot trying to have a good time. Like back in 05, I just needed a wagon wheel, juice and a footy. Holding your hand reduced me to putty. Thought I may contain traces, the truth is I'm nutty. Should we get married, live happily? Yo, our love could last 1,000 years like Allen and Oak. What a calamitous joke. Average Joe Anderson hopes he can ravage our homes. Tell him heck no, keep your sausage fingers off of it. Our city is its history, there's nothing you can offer us. On and on and on and on. My cipher keeps rolling like a Calder stone. Where will the kids play when the park's all gone? Every acre is sacred, we can't lose one. On and on and on and on. My cipher keeps rolling like a calder stone. Where will the kids play when the park's all gone? Every acre is sacred, we can't lose one. We can't lose one. We are winners, no we can't lose one city, every single different part, we are one, and the parks are our lungs. So pardon me, hon, let's get married in the Palm House. Or is this the end, like a sit-off and someone pulls a guitar out? I'm scouse and I'm angry, so they're telling me to calm down, but we're being led down the garden path now. I can't relax, I think about the city that we're leaving to our children, cause the village that'll raise them is the same, we're being pillaged. Told me somewhere you created isn't somewhere you just living or visit. Why do you think that I'm living? The future I envisage is supercalifragilistic, but we're never gonna get it if we're pissing in the winds. Hell, showing red road that we're never giving in. On and on and on and on. My cipher keeps rolling like a calder stone. Where will the kids play when the park's all gone? Every acre is sacred, we can't lose one. On and on and on and on. My cipher keeps rolling like a calder stone. Where will the kids play when the park's all gone? Every acre is sacred, we can't lose one.
Yes. MC Nelson, and he's making a bit of a point there about saving Calderstones Park. And as we touched on earlier, it's always important to hear people, speaking their mind and maybe putting their heads above the parapet a little bit. So while we're on the topic of kind of a few Liverpool artists that I'm aware of, you've been here, you've played here, I think 3 times now.
Yeah, I think so.
And then you did that little crazy install with us at Lost Art. Big up Lost Art.
Yeah, every time.
That was nuts.
It was.
That was nuts.
It was sick, man. So sick.
I mean, that was a good example actually. But how do you feel you received in Liverpool, maybe in comparison to other cities?
Yeah, to me, I think it's kind of the most love, and it's not just the love from the show. Do you know what I mean? Because it's easy to play a show where people listen to music and everyone goes, "Oh, I like you, man. You're cool," and can respect you in the venue. But whenever I'm up here, wherever I am, people are looking after me. Do you know what I mean? And I think that's the important thing about up here. Except for the one time where I wore my Liverpool shirt in Everton territory.
Oh, okay.
I got booed off stage. Well, I didn't get booed off stage, but I got booed heavily.
I think I read the review of that actually.
Yeah,
I think it was you played in what's the venue called? East Village Arts Club.
Yeah, it sucked.
And it was off the back of your album.
Yeah.
And I mean,
but I think it was also brilliant. I think you have to see the beauty in it really, because it kind of that encapsulates why I love this place so much. Because as much as I walked out scarf, I looked like such a tourist, man. I had the hat, the scarf, the foam finger, and the shirt. And just caught this crazy boo. And I was like, and I kind of tried to laugh it off and be like, yo, what's up? I'm here. Don't worry about it. Yeah, everyone's together. Nothing. For the first 2 songs, just booing. And I had a proper conversation with everyone. And then they were like, do you know what? Actually, we'll give you a break. So if an Everton fan can give me a break on stage in a Liverpool shirt, it's the place for me to be. Do you know what I mean?
Trust me, Loyle. It's all love, man. Like it doesn't cut too deeply. As I say, it's the division goes right down the city. I mean, my dad's a blue, my mum's a red.
Yeah, Romeo and Juliet, man. It's that.
So I think it's a part of the culture. LFC, EFC. It's football. There's a massive part of the city.
It should be like that, man, because I think it keeps the city on its toes. Do you know what I mean? It's like everyone can't just be together. Do you know what I mean? There has to be a reason for conflicts and conversation. Otherwise, it's boring.
Yeah, football and music, absolutely 2 most important things in this city, in my opinion. And wherever I go, that's what people want to talk about.
Yeah. Well, that's it. There's two most important things in the world, isn't it?
Yeah. And obviously, we're moving forward from the Beatles. It's the most. It's kind of the best thing and the worst thing to have. It's like round your neck, because I mean, I went for the longest time, kind of saying I don't want to listen to the Beatles, and
of course.
Anyway, now that I'm out of the city, I love listening to the Beatles. Yeah, I'm like, Paul McCartney's the best. But
it's good music, but it's just it's difficult to live in that shadow. Do you know what I mean? But I suppose as much as it's good music, it's just one type of music. Do you know what I mean? There's so much other kinds of music being made,
and that's why listening to Nelson do his hip hop, and we're gonna play a track by Beyond Average, who are another hip hop duo up here, and man, they bang. Like it's absolute killer stuff what they've put out, and it's kind of under the radar. And I think when I listen to it, I'm sometimes like, this is as good as anything else I'm hearing in the country.
Yeah.
So let's play "Let Me Live" by Beyond Average.
Mouth full of thick smoke. House full of ounces, it stinks, bro. Mouth full of them pink notes. Still dream about the house by them rich folk. And the ice white G-Wagon, watch that whip glow. That 9 to 5 kind of life ain't the shit, bro. That isn't how I wanna get though. That's why I keep the pen close. Me and Mary Jane come with some next flow. In the cloud, the jet smoke, and I can feel the stress go. But shame these debts don't, they just keep coming. And I just keep running, like the repercussions. On some straight F the world that never needed nothing. Just as long as they had the phone scales and weed or something. But now I'm older with a plan. The circles can't fade, still I roll a couple man. I save to get me paid, that's what I know, that's what I am. Tryna turn another page, but still I'm burning up for free. Just let me live life.
My life, my life, my life, my life, let me live it. We're different, sick of the system. Living with victims, just let me live life. My life, my life, my life, my life, let me live it. It's different, so different, still something's missing. It ain't how I visioned it, let me live life.
It's my life, I wanna live it my way, even if the road I'm on's got some divots. Like how I cop the flake, break it off the rock and sieve it. Then I throw it with some bends and a blender to properly mix it. Way it, bag it up and shift it to the fiend so they can sniff it. Used to pay someone to jerk and have a posse there to grip it. He'd Vaseline his ass, so we got racked, that's where he'd slip it. I was backseat with the grafty, if you rang I'd never miss it. What? But the alternative to earnings in a 9 to 5, but fuck that. Why they waste me life on something I despise? Use your time wise, don't be idle, be idolized and think big, cause we materialize what's inside the minds. That's why I'm writing rhymes, reaching for me dreams. You need to feel it to believe it and believe it to achieve. So I'm scheming with the team, rolling beef instead of diesel, trying to turn another page, but still I'm burning up for free. Just let me live life.
My life, my life, my life, my life, let me live it. We're different, sick of the system. Living with victims, just let me live life. My life, my life, my life, my life, let me live it. It's different, so different, still something's missing. It ain't how I visioned it, let me live
Mum was doing extra work, making sure the rent was dead. Dad wasn't around, I guess he never cared. Now the music's everywhere, that's why it means the most to me, cause I didn't need nobody to get me here. Have we be doing well, it's hard to tell from here, but just we're set to have a better year. I'm smoking cheddar, sipping Belvedere. Please somebody tell me why they never wanna let me live. Let me live life.
My life, my life, my life, my life, let me live it. We're different, sick of the system. We living with victims, just let me live life. My life, my life, my life, my life, let me live it. It's different, so different, still something's missing. It ain't how I visioned it, let me live life.
That was Beyond Average. They're killing it, man.
Beyond average, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's serious.
And we were just saying then, as the track was playing, you know, this is potentially an opportunity for even people like themselves who kind of, they might be already putting out music, but the Levi's music project might show them something they didn't.
I think you can always learn more. That's what I've learned, you know. And I did so many support slots, and the whole reason I did so many was just because every time I felt like I could learn something. So I was kind of looking for musicians who were doing different things to me, just so I could pick up something, because they were doing stuff better than me. Do you know what I mean? Things were going better for them than they were for me. So I was trying to, just trying to take notes every time. So anyone, it's really, I guess the project really is for anyone who is just looking to learn. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't mean if you're, you think you're the best already, then you won't go any further.
Yeah, there's always something you can learn from somebody else. Let's get into one last track from a local artist. This guy's called Yank Scally.
Sick.
Oh my God. Yank Scally, get at me, mate. I want to be the Suge Knight to your Tupac. Because that is killer. I absolutely love that track. I don't even know who this guy is. And it's obviously got a strong DIY producer element.
Yeah, it's wicked, man. Yo, shout me out, man. Come to the project. Come be part of the project. Come teach some other people how to produce, make some tunes.
Yeah, absolutely. You heard it here. And obviously, as I say, DIY kind of, that's an element of how you started out.
Yeah, massively.
I remember the video you did, Tierney Terrace.
Yeah.
And is it like basically in your house?
Yeah, everything was in my house.
With your mum and your brother?
For a long time, man, it was all in my house. One of the first videos we shot was my friend was doing a film at uni. And he was like, yo, I'm doing my final project. I don't know what to do. And I was like, yo, do you want to shoot one of my videos? So I had this idea. So I basically gave him the whole idea and was like, shoot this. So yeah, we've been doing DIY stuff forever because I think you got to use what you have. You can't just, get given £10,000 and shoot a crazy video. Do you know what I mean?
No way. Them 10Ks aren't just getting thrown around that often.
Anymore, man.
Or you got to write a big ass report.
Yeah. Very true.
But we're not asking for 10K, are we? Let's wrap this up. This is the Levi's music project, and it's kicking off as of now.
It's true. Yeah. Shout out to LFC, Liverpool Lighthouse, and Sound City for linking up with us on it. I'm on it. Macca's there. Paddy will probably be there. I mean, if you make music and you're passionate about getting better and learning, and get in touch and get down.
Yeah, this is absolutely an opportunity for all. And if you want to be a part of it in some way and you think you can help out, please do get in touch. Let's wrap this up. It's been an absolute pleasure, mate.
Yeah, best.
You're welcome back every day of the week. We'll get the train together.
Yeah, I hope so, man. Yeah. Come back up.
This has been the Levi's music project launch on Melodic Distraction Radio. Me, Macca, with special guest Loyle Carner. We're going to play one last banger. Thanks for listening. And sky's the limit.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. How's everybody doing tonight? I'd like to welcome to the stage the lyrically acclaimed. I like this young man because when he came out with the phrase, he went from ashy to classy. I like that. So everybody in the house, give a warm round of applause for the notorious B.I.G. The notorious B.I.G., ladies and gentlemen. Give it up for him, y'all. A nigga never been as broke as me. I like that. When I was young, I had 2 pair of leaves. Besides that, the pinstripes and the gray. The one I wore on Mondays and Wednesdays. While niggas flirt, I'm sewing tigers on my shirt and alligators. You wanna see the inside? I see you later. Here come the drama. Oh, that's that nigga with the fake. Wow! Why you punch me in my face? Stay in your place. Play your position. Here come my intuition. Go in this nigga pocket. Rob him while his friends watching and hoes clocking. Here comes respect. His crew's your crew, or they might be next. Look at they man, big man, they never try, so we roll with them, stole with them. I mean loyalty. Niggas bought me milks at lunch, the milks with chocolate, the cookies, butter crunch, 88, Oshkosh and blue and white duck. Ask the Sky is the limit, and you know that you keep on, just keep on pressing on. Sky is the limit, and you know that you can keep on what you want, pressing what you want. Sky is the limit, and you know that you keep on, just keep pressing on. Sky is the limit, and you know that you can have what you want, be what you want, have what you want, be what you want. I was ashamed, my crew was lame. I had enough heart for most of them, long as I got stuff for most of them solved. Even when I was wrong, I got my point across. They depicted me the boss. Of course, my orange box cutter make the world go round. Plus I'm fucking bitches ain't my homegirls now. Start stacking, dabbled in crack, gun packing. Nickname Medina, make scenes, took my Nina. From gym class to in-glass, pass off for global. The only nigga with a mobile. Can't you see like total? Getting larger in waist and taste. Ain't no telling where this felon is heading. Just in case, keep a shell at the tip of your melon. Clear the space. Your brain was a terrible thing to waste. 88 on gates, snatch initial nameplates. Smoking splits with niggas. Real life beginner killers. Praying God forgive us for being sinners. Help us out. Sky is the limit, and you know that you keep on, just keep on pressing on. Sky is the limit, and you know that you can have what you want, be what you want. Sky is the limit, and you know that you keep on, just keep on pressing on. Sky is the limit, and you know that you can have what you want, be what you want, have what you want, be what you want. enterprising. I ain't have to be in school by 10. I then began to encounter with my counterpart to how to burn the block apart. Break it down into sections. Drugs by these selections. Some use pipes, others use injections. Syringe sold separately. Frank the deputy, quick to grab my Smith & Wesson like my dick was missing. To protect my position, my corner, my layer. While we out here, say the hustler's prayer. If the game shakes me or breaks me, I hope it makes me a better man. Take a better stand, put money in my mom's hand. Get my daughter this college plan, so she don't need no man. Stay far from timid, only make moves when your heart's in it. And live the phrase, sky's the limit. Motherfucker, see you chumps on top.
The sky is the limit and you know that you keep on, just keep on pressing on. Sky is the limit and you know that you can have what you want, be what you want. Sky is the limit and you know that you keep on, just keep on pressing on. Sky is the limit and you know that you can have what you want, be what you want. Sky is the limit and you know that you keep on, just keep on pressing on. Sky is the limit and you know that you can have what you want, be what you want. Sky is the limit and you know that you keep on, just keep on pressing on. Sky is the limit and you know that you can have what you want, be what you want. If you will keep on pressing on. Sky is the limit and you know that you keep on, just keep on pressing on. Sky is the limit and you know that you can have what you want.
Live on Melodic Distraction for the next 2 hours.